What's up, everybody? This is another episode of the WWE Rumble Roundup. Of course, we're going to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. Sorry, the video's a little late, but here we go. So, Gunther and his goons, of course, go down to the ring, and Gunther starts delivering a promo about how these people that the fans are wanting are not going to dethrone him, and the people that he was mentioning were Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, amongst a few others, such as Miz and R-Truth. So, Judgment Day must not have liked what Gunther had to say, because they immediately stepped down to the ring and let their presence be known without Rhea, their mommy, of course, by their side. And when they got down there, Dominic stepped up to Gunther and let it be known that Judgment Day was going to take all the gold. So I'm guessing this is going to be his bid at trying to get the Intercontinental title for the Judgment Day. I guess we'll see here soon. So with all that came a lot of disrespect from both sides, of course, because of Dominic challenging Gunther, and Gunther was, of course, not going to have it and laughed at Dominic and even shoved him out of his face, causing Damian Priest to go into a rage and Judgment Day having to hold him back, and he sold that pretty good as far as I'm concerned. So I can't wait to see where everything goes from there. And speaking of promos and speaking of Judgment Day, R-Truth had a promo along with The Miz and DIY, or DX as R-Truth has been calling them right now. And that's, of course, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. And they apparently have a plan to get back at Judgment Day towards WrestleMania, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe the Awesome Truth is going to be the new tag team champions here soon at WrestleMania. We also had a promo from the women's side as well, involving Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch confront each other really for the first time in 4 years, but here before WrestleMania, because Becky won Elimination Chamber, of course, which I still don't really know about personally, but that's just my opinion. I do want to point out during the promo as well, while Becky was talking, if you didn't notice, she was doing pretty good as far as the things she was saying, but calling Dominic a dirty kumquat, I feel like most people were just laughing because she said the dirty word part of that word, you know. The other part of people that were cheering, I feel like, were the people that were actually her fans, you know, her Seth fans trying to support her. And then the rest seemed like they were kind of confused by her calling Dominic a dirty kumquat. That was what she had said. And if you apparently look it up in the dictionary, it just means another word for a young punk, which I don't know why she didn't call him a punk and just make it easy on herself. I feel like that was almost as bad as, I know you guys remember the Roman Reigns Southern Succotash line from years back. Nobody's going to let him let that go ever, I don't think. And also, while she's talking in this promo, if you didn't notice, she was talking really fast, it seems like she was nervous or something. And she was talking about how she was a Grand Slam champion, for example, and a best-selling author, and didn't really give the crowd any time to react to it or anything, just kept on talking. And didn't really get a reaction after that. I feel like it was because, personally, she kind of rushed what she was saying. But that wasn't even the worst part of what she did Monday night. And don't get it twisted, I'm a family-oriented person, man. But I just feel like she is not selling her product very good right now. And maybe it's time for a new gimmick. Maybe the man gimmick is getting old. Man, we just have to accept the fact. Who knows? But whatever it is, she needs to figure it out and get it back on track, because this is kind of feeling forced right now. You can obviously see how much bigger Rhea is, regardless of it being pro wrestling, you know. And then to make it even crazier, when Nia Jax came out there and Becky was trying to assault her with the announcer table, like, come on now, man. Like, you could sell that way better. And it wasn't even Nia's fault. Nia was trying to go dead weight, and Becky couldn't even put the force into what she was doing to bring Nia down to make it look believable. That's what I feel like happened on that, because that was not a good sell by any means. We have Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler on a little tag run right now. We all know they're a pretty good team. We'll see where that goes here in the next few weeks, heading to WrestleMania as well. The Drew McIntyre part of the promo before Seth even came out there was he had announced, of course, his Elimination Chamber victory and being there instead of CM Punk, and had to rub in CM Punk's face, of course, that he was the one there and not him. And even went as far as, on that note of talking when he was at the doctor, learning that he had an eardrum injury apparently from the match, that the doctor said, or recommended anyway, that he not participate in WrestleMania. He went on to say that he wasn't CM Punk and he was going to WrestleMania. And I thought it was hilarious too that Drew McIntyre went as far as to say is on the way home that CM Punk was straight edge, so he had drinks, extra drinks for the both of them on the way back in celebration. That was pretty hilarious. The next promo we had was Drew McIntyre. There's a lot of promos that night. Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, and they had a good mutual respect going towards one another, and even discussed how to keep the bloodline basically out of their match at WrestleMania, and that's what they would have to do in order to have a good match and have everything go their way. Then we had the final match of the night, which was the build-up from Elimination Chamber of, you know, the Grayson Waller effect and how everything went down on there with Cody and Seth and him and Austin Theory. It ended up being a match, Grayson Waller versus Cody Rhodes. Of course, Austin Theory was ringside commentating and hanging out just in case his boy needed him, I guess, which ended up being the case, and they tried to cheat, which led to Cody Rhodes kind of thwarting the effort by flying through the ropes and taking Austin Theory out of the match completely and beating Grayson Waller still. But that wasn't all. That was followed by none other than the Bloodline's Wiseman, Paul Heyman, making an appearance, surprisingly without any of the Samoans with him. That was a big surprise. But that wasn't the only one. He went on to tell Cody that it takes a real person to get Will Smith across the face, which that was pretty hilarious what he said, but come on, man. And then also to keep The Rock's name out his friggin' mouth. So yeah, he played right into the whole Will Smith incident, which was pretty hilarious, like I said. Then, of course, with Paul Heyman, he brought in what he said was suspended NYPD, which I don't know why he would bring them all the way to Cali. We all really know those are probably local wrestlers, and that's not the case. But he did have backup with him. It just wasn't the Bloodline this time. Cody Rhodes in the ring solo wasn't having it. And, of course, any of the things that Paul Heyman was saying, and even egged him on saying if this was a Bloodline setup to go ahead and get it over with. He again reinformed everybody that he was there by himself and on his own will for the Bloodline, representing the Bloodline, The Rock. So Paul Heyman, still talking crap, of course, hesitantly makes his way down to the ring with his friends, the suspended NYPD officers that we all know are really just probably local wrestlers, and tries to approach Cody and get in the ring, but Cody was not having any of it. Cody was waiting for the Bloodline and waiting for the Bloodline to do something. So instead, these NYPD officers end up approaching Cody inside the ring because he said too the next person that took a step towards him was getting beat down. So of course the three officers weren't afraid and ended up getting beat down anyways. It didn't matter how unafraid they were. This led to Paul Heyman calling The Rock and calling Roman Reigns at the same time on the cell phones. And Cody said, go ahead and call him. Just let him know that the Bloodline is not hunting me. I'm the one hunting the Bloodline. And I feel like that was very important context. So now we're cooking with some gas, Cody Rhodes. Let's go. And just to add a note, I feel like a lot of the cinema right now that's going on is A1. They need to keep it up. This has been another episode of the Rumble Roundup. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you here on the SmackDown episode, of course.